This wedding was an assignment for my Religion 2 class in Catholic school.
This one's wife. She's having an affair with Mike. Hello, I'm HG Tudor. Narcissists are notoriously unfaithful. Why is this? Well, it's linked to a number of factors. The first is that the narcissist has no emotional empathy. Therefore, there isn't anything to cause the narcissist to have their conscience pricked, to feel shameful about, to feel guilty for, to thus cause them to think, I shouldn't do this, or I should stop doing this, in relation to playing away from home or having an affair. The narcissist has no emotional empathy for their spouse, their boyfriend, their girlfriend, their partner. Therefore, when that person, where they are the primary source, enters the sustained devaluation, there is in effect no restraint on the narcissist from going and looking elsewhere. Furthermore, the narcissist will cheat, will have affairs, will play hide the sausage elsewhere, because sex is a fantastic way of asserting control over other people. It allows fuel to be drawn from that intimate partner secondary source or intimate partner tertiary source, for instance, a one-night stand. It allows the residual benefit of feeling the pleasure that occurs as a consequence of having sexual relations. The necessity of asserting control over that other person utilizing sex and the lack of any restraint on such behavior means that narcissists are regularly and notoriously unfaithful, engaging in physical infidelity. There are other kinds of infidelity that occur, but naturally the one that gets most people worked up is physical sexual infidelity. With this one's wife, it has been rumoured on a number of occasions that she has been looking to have a nibble elsewhere. People question the nature of her relationship, for instance, with Marcus Anderson. There have been question marks over her potential pursuit of a member of the Getty family. The way that she was flirtatious with the Colombian vice president's husband. The way that she's been flirtatious with Serena Williams' husband. With no boundary recognition, with no emotional empathy, with that sense of entitlement, with the necessity of pursuing the prime aims, it is understandable that this one's wife would engage in flirtatious behaviours with other people, and that there is the potential for her to cheat on Harry and have an affair. It is, of course, one of the main reasons why disengagement occurs between the narcissist and the intimate partner primary source. No longer fettered by a sense of treating the primary source well because the golden period is over, and driven to pursue other individuals because of the pursuit of the prime aims and the fact that the primary source is painted black. What can happen is that the narcissism recognizes that the affair partner would make a better primary source than the incumbent one, that they're easier to control, that their fuel is more plentiful, that they come with more character traits and residual benefits. And thus, in those circumstances, the narcissism drives the narcissist to go hell for leather to make the new person, the intimate partner primary source, which then results in the existing one being dumped and disengaged from. And that's why often, even if you weren't aware of it at the time, you will suddenly find that your ex-partner has moved on very quickly. The fact is, they hadn't. It was going on in the background, but you may not have been aware of it. So it seems like there's been a seamless transition from you and your relationship with the narcissist ending and then being with somebody else, as if they've gone and got someone that very night. The fact is, it's invariably the case that that person was in the background, effectively being groomed, and became identified as your potential replacement. I've explained that in relation to this one's wife, that is a potential form of a disengagement trigger, although not as prominent as others, as I mentioned in my recent video, updating the situation in relation to their relationship. But now information has come to light about an affair with Mike. Given the fact that as a narcissist it's likely that she would have an affair, in some respects it doesn't come as a surprise. But who is this Mike? What is Mike's status? Is Mike a billionaire? Is Mike famous, or is Mike somebody that we've not really heard about? Does Mike have reach and a network which would prove particularly useful for her? What is it that's so attractive about Mike that has caused this one's wife to engage in conducting an affair? And also, how do we know about this affair with Mike? Well, as you can see, this one's wife has been blatant and brazen in relation to this affair with Mike. She has been photographed with Mike on many occasions. Indeed, in some instances, as you can see on your screen, she has even gone so far as to be interacting with Mike in the very presence of Harry, just underpinning how much she is focused on Mike and how Harry has become relegated to the spare in his own marriage. What is it that proves so attractive about Mike to this one's wife? Well, the first inference would be that it is her obsession with phallic objects, that wrapping her fingers around Mike, gripping the shaft of Mike, enables her to bring the head of Mike close to her mouth so that she can drip her saccharine, honeyed, overly breathy vocal fry all over the head of Mike. In some instances, she will like to have two mics. In some instances, the shape and size differs, but she's not fussed. As long as she's got a mic near her mouth, then that is what appeals to this one's wife. Thus, you might think that the phallic nature of the mic is something which is particularly appealing to her. After all, as a somatic narcissist that doles out lashings of spicy poontang, and, as Harry memorably stated, she'll let you do anything, it wouldn't be a surprise if this one's wife engaged so much with Mike because of his resemblance to a phallus. But that's not what's actually the driving factor here with regard to her love affair with Mike. The fact is, the mic makes her feel important. Grasping the mic enables her to be the centre of attention, which means that whoever she is addressing are under control. Whether it's a small gathering, as using a mic in a bookstore for some strange reason, or sending glass eyes to sleep at Bridgewater Hall in Manchester, the fact is that when this one's wife has hold of the mic, that equates to an audience, large or small, being under control, which naturally fits with the first prime aim of her narcissism. Gripping a mic ensures that people are watching her, looking towards her, that they will react, possibly with a laugh at one of her ill-timed, crappy jokes, or with an ah, or applause. All of that provides her with fuel. It comes from tertiary sources. After all, most of the people are not known to her, but when thousands of people are applauding you, that certainly is a heady brew of fuel. It's positive in nature and positively edifying for the narcissist. It also enables her to manage the facade. I'm an important person that's worthwhile listening to. As she spouts drivel into the mic, invariably one of her beige word salads, she doesn't recognize that as such. But by having her fingers wrapped around Mike, this enables her to pursue the prime aims, which is why she is often seen grabbing hold of the mic, trying to take the mic in circumstances where it's not been offered, a la Kevin Costner's event, wanting to hog the mic, wanting to ensure that it's always passed to her. The fact is, this one's wife has a love affair with the mic because it enables her to pursue the prime aims. And as you have seen, as I have been speaking, time and time again, she can be seen holding it. And you can see the response to the fuel in her eyes as she feels powerful as a consequence of holding the mic. that she's relishing subconsciously the receipt of fuel, that she believes, because she's the one talking, that she's meaningful and having an impact, whereas anybody listening to what she's actually saying is scratching their head and going, what the fuck is she going on about? This one's wife loves the mic. She prefers the mic over Harry. She prefers the mic over anybody else because it caters to the prime aims. And as a narcissist, that is fundamental. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.